Well, so hello. Uh, it's gonna be lousy, noisy city over here, but anyways, this is the first video, I guess. It's gonna be a reaction video. I'm gonna be watching Attack on Titan season 3, part 2. I was kind of waiting for the season to end, which it did yesterday, so I can watch it all on my own pace, calmly. I don't know if I'm gonna binge watch this, but who knows? At least it's flexible now. It only depends on me. Uh, so yeah, my background with Attack on Titan is basically I watched every season as they aired. Uh, I watched the first season. Wasn't too thrilled about it back then. The part that really got me hooked was the female Titan arc. I really liked that. Really loved it. The action sequences, how they orchestrated everything, how they manipulated. It's I I I used to say that Attack on Titan is like an opera. When they want to present those big set pieces, those big Sakuga sequences, they plan it all very well. They want to make it as big and as epic as possible, with the music perfectly ingested there, perfectly inserted. The montage, the editing, everything goes towards that training of making everything as grand as possible. It's really grandiose, and that really caught my eye. But the other aspects of the show, how it took itself a little too serious at times, I wasn't really convinced with it. I thought it was like uh, a shonen anime uh, trying way too hard to convince itself and everyone else that it was a seinen. But as the show progressed, and I kept watching, uh, I started to believe. I started to believe the idea, the proposal. I started to believe in its maturity, to the point that now I really consider it a smart and mature and complex show genuinely, not like just forcing it out, just making believe. Yeah, it's gotten to that point. I I I read a little bit of the manga after the first season. The big drought between season 1 and 2. I had to do something, even though I wasn't all that much interested in the show. But I only read as far as the female Titan arc as well. I didn't get past that. I I I didn't quite enjoy the manga. I think the art was a little. Eh. There's discussions about that, right? Hajime Isayama is not really a great drawer. I'm not gonna say he's not a great artist, because it, it's clear that it's not just the drawings, not just the lines, not just the sketches. It's a lot of other stuff, but I didn't got really hooked into it. I was reading other stuff at the moment, and I was kind of all over the place, and eventually I dropped it. Uh, a little time later, it was announced that there was going to be a season 2, and that season 2 came out. I didn't even watch it as it aired. I wasn't really interested by that time. Unfortunately, I got spoiled on the biggest reveal of season 2, but uh, that caused me to jump right back in. I mean, damn, a lot of things was happening, and thinking back of what dragged me in, like the female Titan arc and all that, I thought, well, things are probably going nicely there. So I gave it another shot. I got all hooked up. I I was definitely on board. especially knowing that there was gonna be a season 3 next year. So yeah, here I am. I watched the first half. I have my problems with it. I might discuss it another moment, but I'm still very much thrilled and hyped about it, and I'm very eager to see what's gonna happen now. I heard this half this half season is gonna be very intense. Uh, I know nothing about it, and I hope I don't get spoiled. I'm basically doing this as if I need to justify. It's I always felt like I would never do that. I had a lot of issues with reaction videos, but eventually I got kind of addicted to him for other stuff, and it kind of became a guilty pleasure. But I found my way. I watched only the guys that I respected, that I thought were really genuine guys, that gave people that gave good insights, and I thought that there could actually be a good ground for people trying to create and put something interesting out there, and not just oh my god. So I just recently got the scam, and I thought, hey, maybe I record it, make some friends, gather some people to discuss things, watch things alongside me, and maybe have some people to talk to for a change. So yeah, I might do other reaction videos as well. It depends on how this goes. But yeah, don't expect me to overreact. Don't expect me to go very emotional. I'm a very stoic and pragmatic dude. But if there's one show that's capable of bringing a lot of emotions from me, it's this one. This one's definitely one of those. So yeah, let's start this. Sorry about the long ass intro, and sorry about the sound quality too. I will try to work on that later. Oh, straight through it. Straight to it. Also, I'm sorry about this, but English is not my first language, my native language. So if I got lost in translation a little bit, uh, I apologize firsthand. I apologize beforehand. Jesus Christ, this is going way worse than I thought it would. Anyways, wow, this is an aerial shot, right? The walls are the area of the walls is huge, man. Just look at that. All right. Yeah, back in first season, the animation had those strong blackout lines. Look at this. Ooh. Also, I heard that this opening was kind of spoilerish. I don't know, but I don't really care about that. Maybe the previous ones were also spoilerish, and I never cared about it. So I trust the authors, the animators, and the mangaka vision, because they all approved this. So I think they know better what we're supposed to see, when, how. You could argue to a degree but but I think they're saying is pretty relevant. Even this show where they are so secretive with stuff all the time. Nice intro. Nice intro. Back. Oh shit. Regular Titans only move in sunlight, right? But how is he different? Is he one of them? Must be one of the ones that the Beast Titan created, I guess. Yeah. hmm I like how Hanji is this kind of bridge. I'll talk about it later. Armin's just so honest, sincere. Armin's a coach, and Mikasa is always brooding. Oh, they're close. Oh, 僕たち帰ってきたんだ. I'm sorry, I'm practicing Japanese to become a pro weeb. No, they're here. Oh, this song. Straight from season 1, right? Oh, yeah, yeah, they camped there. On top of the mountain? The mountain. The wall? I think we saw that on the opening, right? He looks at Mikasa and instantly remembers, is reminded of his duty. Like, if he's ever so much lost in thought, too much lost in thought, Mikasa is a human reminder. Looking good so far. Everything. Nice. Oh, it's Bertold, right? Yeah, they're nearby. They're obviously expecting. I'm not gonna read that. That's it? Yeah, it's pretty efficient. Yeah, technically yes, but it's already a win because until they showed up for the first time, no, they were. Alerto. Well, now you know that they know. Black liquid, oil. It's coffee. Poto. The pot. What are they waiting for though? Please, can you do that? Yeah, Armin's freaking out. But it's when he freaks out that he finds answers somehow. The walls. Is it open again or is he just remembering? Yeah, he's remembering. How would you not obey Irvin? Imagine that operation. Just tick tick, searching for hollow spots in the entire freaking wall. What are they waiting for though? Do they want the hole to be sealed? Or oh yeah, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know they know. Oh, he found it. Oh, he's right next to Armin. Oh, hello. Oh, he's not playing. Oh, this song is heavy. Shit. No hesitation. What exactly? He's looking dope as usual. But he's hurt, I guess. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. Oh, it's a lot. This is a trailer bit, right? Nice form. Oh, and he blocked the entrance. So that's what they wanted. Yeah, they wanted both entrances closed. It's on. Oh, that's a lot of Titans. Wow. Okay, so this was the first episode of season 3, part 2. That was damn good. That was damn good. They're going straight to the point as it should be because there's been this build up in tension and conflict. It was pretty much inevitable. Uh, I thought they could take a little longer with just getting to the wall, but I already had this in my mind that once they got there, there would be no there would be no delaying stuff. Just mission right away. Start the mission right away. And I'm glad they did so. This urgency, it's all there. Um, and we were reminded once again that there are. I'm really sorry about the noise again. Nothing I can do about it right now. And by the way, I think this the audio quality on this is gonna be very bad, but in the next ones I'm gonna try to record. My microphone is not even really good, but in the next one in the next videos I'll try to record it separately and maybe give it a little treatment. I don't know, but if I can at least be understood in this, it's already a win. So as I was saying, uh, one thing I liked about this is the fact that they are bringing up uh, the personal journeys into this to give to give more weight to this battle, to this trajectory, to this mission. As in Aaron reminding himself that the mere motive of the battle. I mean, there are big things at stake here, like retaking the wall. The opening of this episode was a big inspirational clip showing the scouts, showing what's at stake, showing the, the 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 historical weight of what they're doing right now. Retaking Walmaria is a huge, it's like stepping on the moon for these guys. And even though all of that's at stake, the uh, the individual desires, the individual thrives is something that is always on discussion in this show. And they reminded us once again that Aaron has his own driving, Armin has his own driving, and those things sometimes conflict, and sometimes they push people together, sometimes they pull people apart. Uh, and they are there. They are an element that just cannot be ignored. Even though we are about to at least try to accomplish the biggest win in the history of humanity, in the history of the Scouts, uh, there's always hesitation. There's always fear. There's a lot of there's a trifecta of things that keep working on soldiers' minds, and especially when they're kids like this. Uh, and yeah, this montage, this this parallel of history of what they remember. They were there not very long ago, and now they're fighting to retake that. This is a very interesting dynamic that you don't see quite often. Once they got there, straight to the mission, no mumbo jumbo, uh, just to the point, and it was a nice bit. Armin, actually, I totally didn't knew or forgot that his name was Armin Arleuto. Arlelt, Arlerto, as they say in Japanese. I don't know how to spell it. I'm gonna say Arlelt. Uh, nice bit of him just doing some investigation. That's how Attack on Titan operates to create this this believability in its world, this believability in its own maturity. Like many anime out there try to be very serious. They try to be very, and even Attack on Titan has failed with this before, I think. But they they do this right more often than not when they make sequences like that to to have you know that they are very self-aware and they trust very much in the believability and the verisimilitude of their world, of their universe. Uh, and we get that some people sometimes complain that the show is very expositive, that people often talk too much about the stuff that we should know, that we should interpret, that we should come to our own conclusions, and they're always explaining. But in a world that we know so little about, we're discovering it alongside the characters. I think it's amazing. It's very interesting that they make the right questions, that they make the right judgments, they make the right calls in the dire situations they're in. Uh, Irving's an amazing character in that he's very pragmatic, he's very stoic, and Levi also had that a bunch of times, especially when in his speeches of like, I don't know what's right, I don't have the answers. This all comes into play at a bigger picture on and in a commentary about war, the delusions of grandeur and lies, really just really everything that's involved in the conflicts of that scale. But they actually make scenes and sequences like that of Armin investigating, of they coming together to discuss and come to conclusions. Uh, what I mean is, if Armin just out of nowhere started like, hmm, maybe they're in the walls, maybe they're in the walls. You know, let's look in the walls. I think they're in the walls. That would be kind of silly. So they put enough work and care that this build up, this construction, the that leads to Armin guessing that the threat could be inside the walls is actually well made, is actually believable, is actually plausible. You go through everything with him because I don't know, maybe other people out there figured it out, but I didn't. I was kind of in the same mindset of Armin. Like, what the hell can I do to try to prevent, to try to anticipate their next move, especially when we know so very little about them. And the only way to counterattack that, to counter-react to it, is exactly using intel. Bertold, Reiner, and their crew, they didn't know, they didn't knew that the people, that the scouts knew that the walls were hollow. The only way that they could surprise, that they could counter-react to them, was using lack of intelligence on the other party. On the other part, they the the bad Titan guys relied too much on this idea that the scouts didn't know about the holes in the walls and were surprised because of that. So, but to get to this point, to get to this area, we had this build up all within one single episode, and still leaving room for a very climatic ending. So that was really good. That was amazing. The reveal of Reiner, it's and I really like that seriousness when Reiner showed up, that he's in full mission mindset. He didn't hesitate to kill that random poor guy. Um, he's out of all the people out there, um, out of all the Titans that came to the walls, even though he's the one that had the breakdown, uh, the one with the split personality, the dissociative disorder, and all that. I think some part of him is the one that's most committed to the mission, even if it's only a ploy, even if he's only pretending. He's the one that's able to carry it out to the most extent. Uh, so it's fitting that he's like this warrior, this kind of guy that goes head on and starts doing what needs to be done. So that was really nice. And obviously we have Levi not hesitating at all, just punching, just plunging his sword through his neck. I didn't quite get what he meant by, is that another Titan power? What does he mean by that? The fact that Reiner didn't die? Uh, I mean, I think it's established that the the Titan shifters are 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 resistant. They don't die as easily as a human being. Uh, so I don't know what he could have meant by that. Maybe he became m- maybe the reason Levi had to pull out the handle of the blade was because he kind of sucked in the blade and couldn't and wouldn't allow Levi to slice the neck. I don't know. Or maybe he was referring to that thing of where like his eyeballs disappeared and came back. Uh, well, knowing Attack on Titan, we'll have answers to that very likely, very likely. But yeah, and the ambush was very nice, very nicely done. If I got this correctly, the Beast Titan wanted to ambush them inside Shinganshin. All right, he's like he's like from the he's like where they came from. He was hiding there with a lot of people, and he just turned them into Titans, locked them inside. Now their only way out is blocked, and they have to fight to their death, right? To their death. That's that's rough. That's tactics, heavy stuff, and it's actually another very interesting thing I'm expecting because Attack on Titan usually does that. They overanalyze and overtalk and overthink so much, so many things that it ended up presenting you this richness, this sheer richness of their world. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a very interesting battle of tactics here, not like Game of Thrones and that lazy stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, and yeah, with the other episode right next, I think I'm gonna stop here and just check what happens. Right. So that was it. Um, I'm sorry about the audio quality again. I'll try to make it better. I haven't even listened to know, but from some testing, little testing I did before starting this, I can already tell it's gonna be fucked up. But anyways, if you enjoy this, please show me somehow that this is enjoyable. Just tell me or hate me, uh, dislike, whatever. Okay, and I'll be back soon, I guess. I think, maybe.